Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our weekly advice reading for the week starting June 11th, 2018. Thank you for joining me. So the way the reading is structured, we're going to be looking at the general energies that are surrounding us at this time, that we're dealing with, that are influencing us at this time for different areas of life. This is a reading for everybody watching. It's tarot as well as channeled messages that I get as I go through different cards. So keep an open mind, take away the messages that resonate, that make sense to you, and just disregard whatever doesn't apply to you. And then at the end, I am pulling different cards to serve as additional advice for each of the elements. What I do want to say is don't skip through the first part and just go through the additional advice, because that's exactly what it is. It's additional advice. Most of the most important bit is the part that applies to everyone, okay? And then it's just kind of additional advice here and there for different elements. So let's get started here. I haven't flipped any cards over because I like seeing the cards when you see the cards as well. So let's see. At the bottom of the deck, as the overall energy for us this week, we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is the overall energy or the focus for the week. The Seven of Swords is an energy that talks about strategizing, being a little bit more cunning. It can come up as a little bit of more selfish energy, not necessarily in a bad way, but just keeping ourselves to ourselves, focusing on our own plans, focusing on our own goals above anything else during this time. With the Seven of Swords, of course, there's always a caution. Be careful who you trust during this time, because the way we are focusing on ourselves and our interests at this time, other people are doing the same thing. And so just because we're not going to play dirty doesn't mean that other people are not going to, be cunning in a bad way, to the point where they steal or they take away things that don't belong to them. This is also a good time to copyright things, to make sure that people know that your work is your work with this energy. For others, this talks about moving, or it talks about job change, but there's an element of I can't take everything with me, or things cannot stay the same. I have to let certain things go in order to move on into this new direction, on this new path. So this can be taking a job that has less hours, okay, that you work, or taking a job that pays a little bit less than what you were paid before. But it is part of a plan. It is part of a bigger perspective here, of a bigger strategy. So it could be a situation where we are taking a job that pays less now. However, we are supported in this job and we will grow very quickly, and so the pay rises will come. If we're moving, it's one of them where maybe we're moving to a smaller place. For some, this is about where you're moving. You were renting until now you can afford to buy your own place. It's not as big as you would like, but it's still your place, so congrats on that. And it's just a matter of going through your stuff and deciding what you're going to take with you and what you don't absolutely need, because you won't be able to take everything with you. The Seven of Swords there is also telling you, be mindful what you focus on this week. There may be things that slip through the cracks. There may be misunderstandings. There may be missed communication, missed messages, where we're not paying attention, where we're not paying attention to what is told to us, where we're not paying attention to the message behind something that we're reading or seeing or whatever. And so there can be difficulty focusing during this time, which is why it's so important to have a plan, and when in doubt, just stick to the plan. Okay. With the Seven of Swords, this is also about, for some, this is withdrawing, okay, withdrawing from certain things, pulling our energy back. So it can be where we choose, you know what, I'm not going to fight with you anymore. You know what, I don't want to have you in my life anymore because it's just not a good fit. Where, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this group anymore. So we're just withdrawing from things and relationships or situations that are energy draining, and just making us unhappy, okay? And just focusing on ourselves a little bit more during this time. So let's see, for career, finances, personal projects, studies, we have the Temperance card. So again, with the Temperance card, this is about balancing things out. It's also contemplating, it's taking time to decide. Maybe we are faced with a decision during this time, and we have some time to think, or we're telling people, I need some time to think about this. And so it's about doing pros and cons. For some, the time of Sagittarius is important, so something that you were talking about during the time of Sagittarius, which is November to December of last year, is now coming up again, so you get to decide if you want to go back to it or not. For others of you, this is about taking on an additional role, doing a job and focusing on your business at the same time. Doing your job and starting a business during this time can also come up, and that's why you need to be cunning and strategize and just focus on that for a while, because it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, so you don't really have time for other things. So this could be that, okay? For others, this is about taking a break. So maybe you're taking time off to move, or you're taking time off to look at your options, okay? This is contemplation, this is applying to jobs, this is going back and forth. For some, you have two different jobs that are offered to you, you have to pick one. And with the Seven of Swords, this is about look deeper, go beneath the surface, okay? Don't look at what is advertised, presented, because it looks great in both directions. Maybe get some inside information, talk to someone, ask what the downsides of that job are, okay? So do your research, take time to decide, okay? With the Seven of Swords, with the Temperance card, whatever decision you have to make when it comes to your home, when it comes to your studies, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your job, your career, how you make your money, what to buy, this is saying take time, research, look at your options, get some expert advice if you have to. Don't just go with what people tell you. Don't take things at face value, not necessarily because someone's trying to cheat you, maybe sometimes, okay, but because it needs professional input, okay, is what I'm getting here. So get information from someone who absolutely knows what they're talking about, who is an expert, who's doing what you're thinking of doing, and they can share their experience, okay? But this is coming up as study, research, for some going back to school, for others training on the job, okay, for others with this energy as well. And for some, I feel like, again, kind of going back to downsizing now, but for a bigger profit in the future. That's what I'm getting here as well for some. So it's just confirming, because it's like you're taking the longer road, okay, the road less travel. You're taking the longer road, going around kind of road, okay, not just, okay, I want it now, I want it tomorrow. And that's actually the best thing you can do at this time, okay? So just keep that in mind. For our home, family, and social connections, okay, our friends and family, we have the High Priestess. So again, for some, this is about keeping ourselves to ourselves, keeping our secrets to ourselves, because we're cunning, because we're strategizing, because we are planning. So maybe we're not very social during this time. Maybe we don't go out as much. Maybe we don't talk to people as much as we usually do. But it's all about, because the Temperance card here is about going within to think about what we want to do, how we want to do things, contemplating our options when it comes to our goals. So with the High Priestess here, it is definitely kind of taking a step back from the social circles, taking a step back from our social life, and just focusing on other things at this time. With the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords here, this can also come up as, for some, we're moving out of the family home. Again, we're moving out on our own, okay? We're by ourselves, we're moving out on our own. For others, this is, again, leaving a relationship and we are moving out, okay? Or the other person's moving out, depends. With this, we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that may be significant, someone of rising signs, and then Virgo and Scorpio are coming up as well, sun, moon, or rising signs, okay, that may be particularly concerned with this. Or if you're dealing with those signs, okay. The High Priestess is, for some, again, you're going back to school, you're going online, you're studying online from your home, you're starting a home-based business is also coming up with the High Priestess here. For others, again, you're researching, so this is talking to that accountant, talking to that broker, seeing how you can get that mortgage, seeing how you can get that particular piece of property, okay, is coming up with this energy. For others of you, this is secrets being revealed, okay, so maybe you hear something that you're not really sure how to take, and so you have to think about it and you have to look at your options, okay. It could be where someone has not been pulling their weight. Okay, someone has not been doing what they were supposed to be doing. So it's about responsibility. Someone's irresponsible. Someone has not been doing what they were supposed to. Someone has not been doing what they promised they would. And so things are revealed, and you find yourself withdrawing from certain connections, or you find yourself, for some, this is about where you have lent someone money. They've asked you for money. They told you that they're desperate. They told you that they have nothing else to do. They have no other options, no other resort to turn to, and you help them. You've been helping them. And you find that actually, you know, they were okay, and they just needed money to buy something they didn't really need, or they just needed money to gamble, or needed money to fund some other kind of secretive addiction type situation. Okay, so for some, that's what's coming up. You're dealing with this, and maybe you're getting expert advice on how to deal with someone who's an addict. Okay, is also coming up with this energy for some of you. Okay. For emotional life and love life. For emotional life and love life, we have the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles, okay, so this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, or you're dealing with a Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So with this energy, this can be where you want to leave a relationship and the other person is being difficult. It can be where you may be dealing with someone who is a little bit controlling, a little bit manipulative, okay, with the Seven of Swords as well, and maybe that is what is being revealed with the High Priestess during this time. So you find yourself thinking about what your options are. You definitely don't want to rush into anything, so that's why you're taking your time, and that's why you are looking at all your options, double checking. Okay, for some, I feel like this is talking to people. What do you know about this? Is this true? Do you have proof, okay, for this? But there is some, for some, okay, not for everyone, for some, this is coming to the light, to the surface, and you have to address it, see what's true, and see if you want to hold on to the situation or not. For others, you may be dealing with someone who's a little bit controlling. They may be giving you a hard time because you're focusing on other things. So you might have to, again, balance things out a little bit, and maybe stay up at night while they think you're sleeping. You're actually working on what you're focused on, or maybe, you know, tell little white lies just so that you can focus. Okay, for some, I feel like you're on the verge of finishing something, submitting something that's very important to you, but other people might not see just how important it is, and so they might be guilting you. Why are you always gone? Why are you never around? And so on and so forth. So you just might have to tell some white lies so that you can focus and finish this, because you're really, really close. For others of you with the Four of Pentacles here, for some, this is the ex, okay? So for some, you've moved on from someone. It took you a long time, and you had to put in a lot of effort, really work with yourself to move past that relationship. It may have been an on again, on off again relationship, or a very intense type of relationship. You've moved past it, and then now you're meeting someone new. So the person from your past, okay, your ex, is coming around because they don't like to see you moving on with someone else. You're supposed to sit there and mope and kind of cry about why they're not in your life. Okay, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. And if that is the case, keep in mind, this person does not have positive, honest intentions. It's just a matter of being possessive, and you need to be pining for them. Oh, how dare you move on? Okay, so just keep that in mind. Keep in mind, this person has not changed. Keep in mind, this person is not, I want to say, not a decent person. Okay, not really a good person. And whatever they may be telling you, I would even say, you know, don't even talk to them. Don't even give them the opportunity to put ideas in your head, because it's all about sabotaging your newfound happiness. Okay, so for those of you who are single, and you might be meeting someone new this week, pay attention. If this resonates with you, pay attention. There might be something going on with your ex where they're trying to come back in your life. They're telling you they want to come back in your life, or they're telling you what they know you wanted to hear at one point, or they're just trying to plant ideas in your head like you're not good enough and this person doesn't really love you, and so on and so forth. I would just say, just don't even give them the chance to talk to you. Okay, for others of you, I do feel that this is talking about leaving a relationship, or you just stop dating someone because you see some red flags. You see some red flags that, you know, something's just not okay. They're secretive, or they're actually kind of jealous and possessive and you're just dating them, and it's just like, well, no, that's not okay. This should not be happening. I'm free to go out and talk to whoever I want to. I'm just dating you. You're not even my boyfriend, or we're not even exclusive. That sort of energy, okay? I feel like you're pulling away from that because you're seeing some red flags. Pay attention to red flags, okay, is what this is coming up as. For others of you, this is moving in together. Or you have been living together, maybe you've been renting in that, and so you're now moving to your own place. That's coming up with this energy as well. For others of you, this is about the relationship stabilizing, but I feel you have to make it a priority. If it's been up and down, if there have been issues, if there has been conflict in the relationship because of other people, because of external factors, then with the Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, if you put the relationship first during this time, you make it a priority, very conscious choice to make it a priority. Maybe go off on your own, maybe take a little trip, maybe spend more time together, just doing not that much or not that big of a deal, just going out for a walk or doing the shopping together, anything where you include each other. Then this relationship is stabilizing, okay, during this time, and you can really start fresh if that's what you're looking to do at this time, okay? For our challenge, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So what may be challenging during this time with the Ten of Pentacles? When the Ten of Pentacles shows up as a challenge, this is saying we've reached the pinnacle of where we are. We've gone as far as we can. The challenge might be actually moving past that. So this is like, okay, we've established our business. We have established a certain number of clients, sales, downloads, views, whatever it may be. And we're kind of hovering around the same figures. We're hovering around the same numbers and all of that. And the challenge is we can't actually seem to move past it. That's where the Seven of Swords comes in, and the Temperance card as well. This is about doing your research, looking at the competition, see what other people are doing, see what people are not doing that you could be doing, find your niche, bring in new services, bring in new products, okay, advertising things differently. Maybe you haven't been investing in advertising until now, and now you've reached the point where you kind of have to. It's a proper business, you have to advertise and you have to pay people, as that sort of situation. But that's a good thing because it means you're successful. It means that you're doing well. It means that you are growing, and you've reached that point where you have to spend money to make money, okay? Not really a challenge, but it's just calling for a change in perspective, and it's calling for having a proper plan, a proper business plan, a proper way to present yourself, a proper way to do things, a proper way to reach people. So it's like it's becoming official, okay? So that's a good thing for your business. It's a really good thing. Same thing, okay, if this is just you're starting out, or it's a small business, or whatever the case may be. If you've been hovering around the same place, okay, business-wise for a while, then this is saying you have to change things up now, revamp things, redo your website, do another website, redo things in terms of how you advertise, expand your client pool, okay? See how you can do that. Maybe collaborate with people if you haven't done that before. So do something you haven't done before, because that's what's going to push you over the edge into the new level, okay? For others, okay, with the Ten of Pentacles, again, there might be some issues with family because we have the High Priestess here. So with the High Priestess in home and family, with the Seven of Swords in overall energy, and the Ten of Pentacles in challenge, so there may be some secrets revealed during this time that you're not exactly happy with, that you're not thrilled with. Again, for some, I feel like this is around an addiction or someone's really bad habit that is revealed during this time. And it's kind of up to you to drop what you're doing and help. And then the challenge also becomes about, okay, strategize and plan. You can't just drop what you're doing completely and then just jump in and do something else for someone else. Okay, it's about finding that balance of do what you can do, but it's not your responsibility to fix someone else's mess. So just keep that in mind, okay, for some. For others, the things that are revealed, okay, spending money, family and money, okay, that's someone has been spending money that they didn't have. Someone has been spending money that you've been giving them to pay the bills, and it's just about coming up with a different way to help them. that doesn't involve actually giving them money because they're not going to use it for what they say they will. Okay, so for some, that's what this is. For others of you, again, this is working on the relationship. Maybe you're dealing with a particularly possessive earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. They want you home more, or they want you to stay at home. They kind of have a problem with you having your own business because it takes you away from the home, or away from the family, or away from them, and they're not really sure they like that. Okay, so if that's the case, again, you have to strategize. You have to think, what do I want to do? Is this okay? Is this fair? Have an honest conversation, okay, with the Seven of Swords, and just kind of put your foot down and say, you know what, this is not okay. This is what I deserve. This is what you deserve. So how about we give it to each other, okay? I'll support you in what you deserve, and you can support me in what I deserve. Again, if there have been ups and downs, okay, just making a little bit of extra effort for the relationship. It doesn't mean drop what you're doing and just focus on the relationship, but just making a little bit more effort to include the other person, to show them, yes, I'm doing this, but that doesn't mean that our relationship is destroyed because I'm not paying attention for 2 hours in a day, okay? So it's about honest conversations, addressing the issue, okay, and just resolving it. For others with the Ten of Pentacles, there might be family pressure. Family pressure for you to do something. For some, it's family pressure for you to get married. Family pressure for you to have a child, to start a family. Family pressure for you to go to a regular job. So if you have your own business, especially if it's like an online business and they don't understand that you're not just sitting at home doing nothing, then the family pressure is about going and getting a regular job, something that is safe, something that pays the bills. And so the situation becomes about, if you can explain it to them to a point where they understand what the business is and how you can make money off of it, then absolutely try that. If you cannot explain it to them, if they don't understand it, then it would be easier for you to maybe not share as much of what you're actually doing, because they're putting additional pressure on you and it's making you distracted, okay? So just keep that in mind. For others of you, the challenge is to make time for family, because again, this is a busy week and you have a lot of things to focus on, and you can get a lot accomplished during this time. So the challenge may be making time for family with this Ten of Pentacles energy. And for others of you, I feel that children might need to be, they're always a priority, but they might need to be like an extra priority, if that makes sense, during this time. So there's something going on at school that you need to be present for, or there's something going around and they all have a bug, and you need to care for them more and just be there and take care of them. Maybe you need to keep your kids home for a little bit. Everything's fine. You just need to find a way to multitask so that you can keep doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, okay, with this energy, and it's just temporary. Let's look at the additional advice for each of the elements. So for the element of Earth, so that would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, so we have the energy of release, the end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So this is a major arcana card, and it's the Death card, okay? You notice that it's called release here. So you are releasing things. You are releasing yourself from a possessive situation. You're releasing yourself from someone who's jealous. You're releasing yourself from someone who's holding you back, okay? You've outgrown situations in your life, and that's okay. You shouldn't be made to feel guilty about it, and you shouldn't have to hold yourself back to please others. This is definitely a moving on type of energy here, but this is your choice, and you are creating this change, okay? You are releasing, you are letting go, your choice. So you are choosing who you leave. You are choosing what job you're leaving behind. You are choosing which place to move to, because it's just time. That's the energy here, okay? It's just time. It just needs to happen. It's just time. You've reached that point. It is just simply time to move on from one thing to move to the next, okay? So this can talk about job changes. This can talk about the end of a relationship. But again, your choice. You choose. And again, we have the energy of Scorpio here, so, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. You choose, you're in charge, okay? It's coming to the realization that I can't do everything. I can't keep things exactly the same and expect anything to change. I have to let go of some things to make room in my life for new things, okay? So it can be the transforming of your love life because you're moving past self-sabotaging behavior. It can be the transforming of your financial situation because you are cutting some expenses and expenditures out because they're just a dead end. They're just a black hole. It's never ending, and it's just about saying enough is enough. It's just time for me to stop this and move on from this, okay? And that's how you change your financial situation, okay? Because money is no longer going out to the point where nothing's coming back, okay, one way or another. This is about moving. This is about relocation, okay, for some of you. This is about going off on your own. Changing careers, okay, for some of you. Maybe going back to something that you wanted to do last year during the time of Sagittarius, or maybe going back to something you were doing last year or the year before during the time of Sagittarius, okay? So it's positive change and transformation. It's your choice to release, and it's just that feeling of it's just time. I feel like it's just time. So don't procrastinate anymore. Get the ball rolling, allow the change to happen, cut ties with who and what you need to cut ties with, because it's a powerful week for transformation, okay, and manifestation. For the air signs, so that would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, we have the Page of Earth. So this is where the going back to school comes in as well. Good news about financial matters. Wanting to do something more challenging, so that's where your challenge comes in. You've reached a point where you're happy, you're content, but it's like, well, I'm kind of bored now. I want something different. I want something more. A new area of study. So this is the Page of Pentacles, okay, in the traditional tarot, and it's about you're dealing with someone who is scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. So for some, this is about good news coming in. You get the house, you get the mortgage, you get the loan for your business, you got into the school of your choice, you got into the program of your choice, study, research, training, taking notes, writing papers, submitting papers, okay, is coming up with this as well. Expert advice when it comes to getting money for your home or getting money for your home business, getting that supported somehow. This is about backing and government support as well coming up here, and it's good news coming your way, all right? Good news in terms of help, any sort of support you're asking for or you've applied for, this is good news coming in with that, okay? New job opportunities, absolutely, with this energy. And for some, this is you have a job, but you're also going back to school because you plan to change your job in the future, or you're going back to school and you're studying something that will help you grow in your career, and then, you know, ask for more money, get better pay, better hours, better benefits, and so on and so forth. This is also saying look at things carefully. Look at things carefully. It's in the details, okay? Pay attention to the details. No loose ends is also what I hear for you. No loose ends. You've cut things out of your life. Do not allow them to come back in. So for some, this is also talking about the ex, or this is even, if it's not in a romantic sense, it's someone you've had in your life, like a friend who wasn't really a friend, or even a family member that you had a falling out with. It's about, you know, them trying to come back around because you're doing great, because you're successful, and that is kind of attracting them back into your life to either ask for your help, ask for your support, befriend you once again, but their mind is on your money, their mind is on your success, their mind is on your happiness and how they can take it, they can make it theirs, okay? So keep that in mind. Look at things very carefully, and if you think someone has not changed, pay attention to the red flags. They're going to be there for you. And if you think at any point that this is same old, it is. So just keep going, okay? Keep walking, keep moving forward. Do not look back. But yeah, research. Do your research. Ask the questions. Don't rush into anything. Don't let anyone rush you into anything, because someone might be pressuring you into making a decision when it comes to your business, your career, your money. Someone might be rushing you because they don't want you to see what's really going on. So especially when it comes to those sectors in your life, Do your research, look at things in detail, okay, and get the facts. When it comes to the water signs, so that is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, we have the Six of Air, and this is the Six of Swords. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So, travel, yes. Moving, yes. This is also moving forward with career. Moving from one thing to another, so changing jobs, changing careers, changing where you live, moving on from drama, moving on from a certain group of people that bring drama in your life, moving on from a person that brings drama in your life, okay, and maybe there's an air sign there, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. For others of you who are taking a trip with an air sign, or you're taking a trip to see an air sign, or this air sign is coming to see you. And again, I say air sign, but that can be their sun sign, their moon sign, or their rising sign. The main point is that with this person, you have always kept in touch with this person, or you always have things to talk about with this person, or this person is a wonderful communicator. Okay, for some of you who you're reconnecting with this person, or going to visit them, or they're coming to visit you, or you're going on a trip together. And for others, this is the person you're moving on from, okay, with this energy. This is, for some, this is about getting a new car, and someone's trying to rush you to buy the car because they don't want you to see that it's not, something's not right with the car, something's not working, something's not running, something has just been fixed for the purpose of you seeing that it works, but then it's going to break down as soon as you walk or drive away with the car or the motorcycle, anything with an engine, basically, because it's just like, it just stops, okay, it just stops working, and then you're on your own. So car trouble might be coming up there, so just be mindful, go to an expert, don't let anyone, you know, tell you what it could be, or just go to an expert. It's going to save you a lot of time and even money, okay? And again, pay attention. Whatever you're doing, whatever this is about, if someone's trying to rush you into doing something, saying something, agreeing to something, say, sorry, I need time to think about it, and then do your due diligence and get the facts. Okay, get the facts, see what's really going on, okay, with this energy. But ultimately, this is a very positive card because it talks about moving on from a difficult situation, moving on from a place you've been stuck in, moving on from shady people, moving on from gossip, from drama, from a particular clique type of a group in your life, and you're moving on from that, and you're finding calm, peace, balance. Okay, so that's awesome. And for the fire sign, so that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, we have the Seven of Air, which is the Seven of Swords. So this is a double message for you. Plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. So for you, the Temperance card is all about timing and divine timing. The Seven of Swords is about planning things out for yourself. Okay, revising your strategy. If something's not working, just revise. Again, do your research, see what other people are doing, see what's not being done, what's not being said, what kind of approach you're taking that can be unique to you, and just do that, okay? It's all about divine timing for you this week. So this just means plan ahead and have plan B ready, because you might need it during this time, okay? I feel like some things are going to have to be switched around. So you have a plan, you have a schedule. You plan to do something during this week, and that's going to be your main focus. Things might have to change, okay? You might have to do the thing you were planning next week, or the thing that you were doing last week, okay? It's like rearranging things in your schedule. Busy week. You're going to have to rearrange things in your schedule, okay, with this energy. For others of you, this is about school. This is research or training or assessments, okay? And this is one of them where for some they just keep getting rescheduled. For others, this is about where you have to go back and redo something, or you have to go back and find a piece of paper, find an email, find something you've previously submitted, previously talked about, previously shown them, because something got lost, misplaced, and you just need to bring it back, okay? Bring them a copy, okay, with this energy. Don't get frustrated. Try to stay calm and just go through the steps, okay? It may be 1 or 2 mishaps going on with this, whereas things are misplaced. But just stay calm, do what they're asking you to do, give them what they're asking for, and you will move past this, okay? Again, pay attention when it comes to your social circles, when it comes to your social life. There's more going on than meets the eye. Again, I'm picking up on people not being exactly honest with why they're asking you for help. People trying to guilt you into doing things for them. Certain people being, not really a friend. And this is the week where you see that. So maybe that is what is being revealed to you. This is the week where you see who is really your friend and who is not, okay? Who is a supporter and who is a naysayer. I hear troll, okay, for some of you in your life. And that's what you're cutting out. That's what you're walking away from. Maybe they're going to have a problem with that. So for some of you are dealing with a narcissist, and they're going to have a problem with you standing up for yourself, and they're going to have a problem with you leaving, and they're going to have a problem with you calling the shots in your own life. So if someone's trying to knock you down, if someone's trying to put thoughts in your head that make you feel like you're not all that, see that as a red flag and just cut ties with that person. Trust me, you're not going to miss out on anything, okay? Nothing good anyway. So for others, this is about big projects, important projects, okay, that you're working on, something you need to submit, something you need to present during this time. Be clear, stick to the facts, know your numbers, and presentations, visual presentations, okay, you're doing during this time. Again, just double check everything, make sure everything's in there, because I feel that a lot of important people are going to be looking at that, or a lot of important people are going to be paying attention to what you're saying or what you're doing or what you are showing them or presenting to them. And it could go very well for you during this time, okay? I feel like life-changing is what I'm seeing, okay? So if you're presenting a case for why you should get something, or why you should receive support, or why you should they should invest in what you're doing, or why they should invest in you and send you I don't know where, it could go very well for you. You just need to pay attention to the details, make sure everything is there, and just be very well prepared, okay, for the questions they might have, and it's going to go very well for you, okay? So that is our reading for the week. I hope the messages make sense. Let me know, okay? Let me know how things apply to you and how things are playing out for you. Obviously, we have the tarot side, but we also have the channeled side, so that is a little bit more, it can be a little bit more specific sometimes. So if any of this makes sense to you, let me know, and let me know how, okay, you identify with, you resonate with these messages. But thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much for your beautiful support. If I'm not posting on YouTube, I am posting on my blog, so maybe check that out, okay? And I do plan to do more videos, okay, for YouTube. I'm going through a transitional period myself, so I'm strategizing and trying to find a schedule that I can work with, that I can stick to, okay? And fingers crossed, I'm almost there. But yeah, thank you so much for your support, okay? I'm trying to either post here or post on my blog or post on my Instagram or something, to the point where I'm still connected with you and I still post things for you, okay? So just keep that in mind and do whatever works for you, okay? To contact me or to stay in touch with me or to follow me, okay? But it looks like a wonderful week for us to move on, to move forward. Breakthroughs, life-changing types of energies and events and opportunities presented to us. We just need to be smart about what we choose and how we choose to go about it, okay? Cut dead weight out of our lives. It is time. It's just time. That's what I'm hearing, okay? It's just time. So looking forward to your comments. Let's have an absolutely fantastic week, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye for now.